right. You are live. Let's see. What are we going to talk about today? It's a beautiful it's a beautiful wind today. Let's see. What's the temperature? It is beautiful, but it is 5 degrees outside. So, yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're back. So what are you talking about? We're talking about Santorini. I saw some beautiful photos from Santorini, Greece, and it is just really inspiring. It is so inspiring. And I'm like, why do I not know more about this place? So let's see. How did we end up with the most beautiful, the place that everybody wants to go to? I was talking with a friend back home in India, and he was like, "Hey, I have traveled the entire Europe, but I have not traveled to Santorini, Greece yet because I want to reserve that vacation spot. I want to I want to keep that for my honeymoon." And I'm like, very interesting. Like, what makes Santorini? How did it end up becoming this? How? Let's see. Learn about the history, way of life, amazing culture, and key tourism attractions. Santorini Travel Guide 2023 will make your trip truly memorable. Truly memorable. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. Known for its stunning landscapes and rich history, offers a plethora of activities and sites for visitors. Oh yeah. Famous for its romantic sunsets, picturesque architecture, and blue domed. Blue domed. Yeah, this picture. Look at this. So good. So good. Like film photography. So good. Blue Dome Church's Oya is a must visit village. The castle of Oya provides one of the best viewpoints on the island. Fira, the bustling capital of Santorini. Fira is known, I believe Santorini is a massive island, and these are like the, let's say, little towns, little viewpoints, like Oya. The bustling capital of Santorini, Fira is known for its white and blue houses, narrow alleys, luxury hotels, and magnificent views of the caldera. It's also home to the Museum of Prehistoric Thera and the Archaeological Museum, showcasing artifacts from Akrotiri and other archaeological sites. Often compared to Pompeii, this ancient Minoan city, we did hear about Minoans a bit in the last stream. City was buried by volcanic ash around 1650 BC. Wooden footbridges allowed visitors to walk through the city, exploring ancient buildings and ceramics. Ancient Thera. It has so much history, but all people care about is a photo over here. Yeah, people don't care really about the history of the place. But this picture is beautiful. It's showing how the views of each and every house is over here. Like you get these balcony views, you get, I think somewhere they just have little infinity pools. And then you have those salad trays floating on your infinity pool. Ancient Terra, located on Misa Vuno Hill, the site offers ruins from the Hellenic, Roman, and Byzantine periods, including temples, an agora, a theater, and a gymnasium. Santorini volcano, an active volcano near Kameni, can be visited via boat tours. The hike to the crater provides a unique experience with sulfur vents along the way. An active volcano near Kameni can be visited via boat tours. The hike to the crater provides a unique experience with sulfur vents along the way. Red Beach. Known for its red volcanic sand, this beach is one of the most picturesque in Santorini. We had no idea there was a red beach. I am guessing, what is this? But this is all rock. Hmm. And also, I believe it's interesting. Like these hotels, these blue houses are just a little bit, and then you start seeing the entire city, which is just normal houses. So they actually invested in making these luxury hotels have the same kind of theme. This would be interesting to know. Okay, let's see. Fira is known for its white and blue houses. Akrotiri, the volcanic ash, ancient Thera, Byzantine periods, including temples, an agora, a theater, and a gymnasium. An active volcano near Kameni can be visited via boat tours. The hike to the crater provides a unique experience with sulfur vents along the way. Known for its red volcanic sand, this beach is one of the most picturesque in Santorini. Though the trail to reach it can be risky due to falling rocks. Beautiful, beautiful. Activities and tours. Caldera hike from Fira to Oya, a popular activity offering breathtaking views of the caldera. This 10-kilometer hike is a must do for its scenic beauty. Boat tours. Various tours are available, including visits to the volcano, hot springs, and beaches like Red Beach. Wine tasting, renowned for its wine. Several wineries offer tours and tastings, providing insight into the island's viticulture. Photography tours. Interested in capturing its beauty, photography tours offer unique vantage points and professional guidance. Fishing tours. Local fishing culture with hands on fishing activities followed by a seafood lunch. Hiking to Prophetess Ilias, highest point on Santorini, offering panoramic views and a visit to the Prophet Elias Monastery. Museums. Apart from the museums in Fira, the Tomato Industrial Museum in Vilshara provides an interesting look into Santorini's agricultural history. Symposium Music and Mythology Cultural Center. Located in Megalochori, this center offers an immersive experience into Greek mythology and music. Getting around. Decent bus service, but they can be crowded in summer. Renting a car. Yeah, crowded in summer. This must be crowded in summer. Renting a car, moped, or ATV is recommended for more flexibility. Best time to visit shoulder seasons. Shoulder seasons, right? So, right before the weather is getting better, right before the weather is getting bad. Late April to June and September to October are ideal for fewer crowds and pleasant weather. April to June, July, August. So, July, August, you should definitely not go during that time. September to October are ideal for fewer crowds and pleasant weather. Accommodation from luxury hotels in Oya to a more affordable options in the south, Santorini offers a range of accommodations to suit different budgets. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Tell me everything. Actually, that's a bad way to say it. Or normally is the best way. Of Santorini since its beginning. Let's see if that question makes sense. Wow. Santorini's history is rich and spans several millennia, marked by significant geological events, cultural shifts, and political changes. Wow, look at that, look at that. There was a volcano. These places pretty much these houses pretty much look the same. They had a specific design. I'm guessing this is the ruins that nobody cares about. They just care about the views, the blue houses. They're like, hey, we're here for the Instagram photo. What are you talking about? Why am I looking at these pots? Oh, look at this. Look at this. So they started making this kind of stuff way back. Unveil history around the myths, the volcanic eruption, and the transformation during the ages. How was Santorini formed? Wow. Okay, okay. There's a beautiful bird eye drone shot of the Santorini island in blue, blue water. Blue, blue water. Wow. Okay. Spans several millennia marked by significant geological events, cultural shifts, and political changes. Minoan eruption, 1600 BC. Island was formed after a massive volcanic eruption known as the Minoan eruption, which reshaped the island's geological profile. This event led to the collapse of the central portion of the island into the sea, creating the iconic caldera. Wow. Wow. I just saw the photo of the caldera over here, and this is really cool. Was formed after the massive Minoan eruption around 1600 BC, a cataclysmic event that reshaped the island's geological profile. Up until then, Santorini was part of a big circular island called Strogili. As the volcano erupted, it expelled as the volcano erupted, it expelled vast amounts of magma, causing the central portion of the Strogili, right? Yeah, Strogili to collapse into the sea. This event gave birth to the iconic caldera, a submerged crater. Oh, with Santorini and neighboring islands forming. Wow, wow. Eruption left an indelible mark on the broader Mediterranean area. Its impact extended far beyond the island's shore, triggering a series of events that rocked the ancient world. The colossal ash cloud blanketed the sky, affecting climate patterns. Furthermore, the resulting tsunami surged across the Aegean, contributing to the decline of the flourishing Minoan civilization in nearby Crete. Hmm. According to archaeological findings, the first traces of human presence on the island date back to the Neolithic period. The island later became a bustling Minoan colony with Akrotiri as its vibrant center. This advanced settlement thrived up until the Thera eruption, boasting sophisticated architecture and art. Whoa! Wow! This is crazy! This is crazy. So it's an island, Strogili. There's a volcano. It erupts. There's magma. Because of that magma, it collapses. The central portion collapses within itself. You can see a little bit of crater in the center, and then this island is kind of. It looks like a C shape. Wow! Wow! And because of this massive volcano, and then the blanket of fog, or whatever you call it. What do you call it? Blanket of colossal ash. It affects weather patterns that leads to the decline of the flourishing Minoan civilization. Like randomly, one event happens and everybody's gone. That's pretty much happening today. Hmm. That can happen today as well. Ancient times, the first ones to re-inhabit the island were the Phoenicians, who stayed for 5 generations. Around the 9th century, Lacedaemonians took the baton, establishing Santorini as a powerful commercial and trade hub. Roman occupation settled on Santorini during 2nd century BC, incorporating the island into the Roman Republic. This period lasted until the fall of Western Roman Empire in 476 AD. Byzantine. Santorini came under Byzantine rule, an era of prosperity reflected in the island's architecture and churches. It endured until 1204, with intermittent interruptions due to Arab and Norman invasions. The Venetians seized control of Santorini in 1204. Their dominion in the eminent through the fortifications and grand residences across the island and lasted until the 16th century. The Ottoman Turks occupied Santorini from 1579 until the early 20th century. Until the early 20th century, when it became part of the Greek state. During this period, it became a maritime powerhouse known for its sailors and shipbuilders. Wow, so much history. So much history in Santorini. Rich and spanned several millennia. Island was formed after a massive volcanic eruption known as the Minoan eruption, which reshaped the island's geological profile. This event led to the collapse of the central portion of the island into the sea, creating the iconic caldera. Following the eruption, Santorini was re-inhabited by the Phoenicians for about 5 generations. Around the 9th century BC, the Lacedaemonians established Santorini as a commercial and trade hub. Classical and Hellenistic period. Dorian colony. Santorini became a Dorian colony with the settlement of ancient Thera in Misa Vuono mountain as its center. Persian Wars and Peloponnesian War. Peloponnesian War. Santorini was subjugated by Persians during the Persian Wars and later sided with Sparta in the Peloponnesian War. Roman occupation. The Romans settled on Santorini during the 2nd century BC, incorporating it into the Roman Empire until the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD. Byzantine rule came under Byzantine rule, experiencing prosperity reflected in its architecture and churches. This period lasted until 1204 with intermittent interruptions. Venetian. After the fall of Constantinople, Constantinople is Istanbul, I believe, to the Crusaders, Santorini was occupied by the Duchy of Naxos, which was established by Marco Sanudo. Sanudo. The island was named Santorini by the Venetians and it saw economic expansion with cotton and grape cultivation. We don't see cotton grapes in those Instagram photos. We just see this. You just see this. Okay. We just see this. A girl sitting, looking at the water, and a guy clicking her photo. That's all we see. Okay, let's go ahead. The Romans settled on Santorini during the 2nd century BC, incorporating it into the Roman Empire, Roman Republic. Right, right. Venetian saw economic expansion with cotton and grape cultivation, though it also faced pirate raids and internal conflicts. Makes sense. Ottoman rule, Ottoman occupation was annexed to the Ottoman Empire in 1579. During this period, the island developed a significant merchant navy, and its general prosperity was evident from the impressive manor houses that still exist today. Until 1912. Wow. Greek War of Independence. Santorini played a role in the Greek War of Independence with its fleet participating in the revolution. The island was annexed to Greece in 1912. Santorini, like the rest of the Greece, was affected by both world wars. During World War II, it was occupied by Italian forces in 1941 and later by German forces, following the Italian armistice in 1943. It was first occupied by Italian forces and later by German forces, following the Italian armistice in 1943. Hmm. What is armistice again? I think armistice is putting down your weapons. I think so. Post war reconstruction. Hmm. After World War II, Santorini faced reconstruction challenges as residents rebuilt infrastructure and communities. 56 earthquake. A powerful earthquake struck Santorini in 1956, causing significant damage. The focus post earthquake was on preserving and restoring traditional Cycladic architecture, cultural and archaeological discoveries. Recent decades have seen significant archaeological excavations contributing to our understanding of Santorini's ancient past. Tourism boom has become a major tourist destination known for its stunning landscapes, historical sites, and unique volcanic features. Stunning. Tell me more. What do we have? Impact of Minoan eruption on the island's history, Persian wars, main challenges, Frankish rule affect the architecture and fortifications of Santorini, significant Santorini's fleet during the Greek War of Independence. Tell me more about Cycladic architecture. Cycladic architecture. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? Oh, this architecture only works. This architecture only works with this blue sky and blue water. What is this? Why is this so white? Wow. Bro. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Hmm. Cycladic architecture prevalent in the Cyclades island of Greece, including Santorini, is renowned for its unique characteristics that blend aesthetic beauty with practical adaptation to the environment and historical needs. Whitewashed buildings. The most iconic feature is its whitewashed buildings, which not only reflect the bright Aegean sun, keeping interiors cool, but also symbolize purity and cleanliness. This color choice also was also influenced by a decree in 36 by Greek Prime Minister Ionis Metaxas. Metaxas, mandating the use of white and blue to represent the green flag. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. White and blue, that's the color of Greek flags. Wow. The color choice was also influenced by a decree in 36 by Greek Prime Minister Ioannis Metaxas, mandating the use of white and blue to represent the green flag. Blue domes and shutters. The blue domes of churches and the blue shutters are and doors are emblematic of Cycladic architecture, mirroring the cobalt sky and the white surf's crests. This color palette creates a harmonious setting with the surrounding sea and sky. Minimalistic design. The architecture is characterized by simplicity and minimalism, with buildings often featuring smooth edged corners, small windows, and low heights due to the lack of wood for long beams. The architecture is characterized by simplicity and minimalism, with buildings often featuring smooth edged corners, small windows, and low heights due to the lack of wood for long beams. Hmm. This design was partly influenced by the need for protection against pirate invasions, with small windows and doorways to minimize entry points. Hmm, interesting. To minimize the entry points. Very interesting. Minimalistic design. Environmental adaptation. The architecture reflects bioclimatic design principles. Houses are built with thick walls to preserve heat in winter and small windows on the northern side to keep interiors cool in summer. Why why is perplexity losing connection? Interesting. The architecture reflects bioclimatic design principles. Houses are built with thick walls to preserve heat in summer and small windows on the northern side to keep interiors cool in summer. The orientation towards the southeast maximizes light and warmth. Settlement layout. Settlements are often built on high altitudes away from the sea to provide protection from pirate raids. Hmm. The narrow cobble street, it's built like a maze. It's built like a puzzle. So yeah, very hard for pirates. Settlements are often built on high altitudes away from the sea to provide protection from the pirate raids. The narrow cobble streets form a maze-like structure which was intended to confuse invaders. Really cool. Historical influence. Architecture has evolved through various historical periods, including the Minoan, Hellenic, Roman, Byzantine, and Venetian eras. Each period left its mark, from the fortified settlements during the Venetian rule to the neoclassical buildings in places like Hermopolis, Syros. Cycladic architecture is not just about form, but also function, reflecting the islanders' way of life, their need for protection, and their adaptation to the harsh climate. The white and blue colors are symbolic of Greece, representing the green flag, the Greek flag, and the natural elements of the Aegean Sea and sky. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. What is this? So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Well, there is a common theme. Each island has its unique traits. For example, Santorini's architecture includes underground housing in the caldera. Underground housing in the caldera, a result of its volcanic landscape, and features like the Castelli of Pircos, showcasing a blend of Cycladic and Venetian influences. Churches are integral to the architectural landscape, often featuring white or blue domes, arches, and bell towers, with some being dug into the rock. Continues to inspire modern designs with luxury hotels and villas in Santorini and other islands, maintaining traditional aesthetics while incorporating modern comforts. Let's see, what is this? What is this? Castelli of Castelli, which is castle of Pircos. Hmm, really cool. They know how to click aesthetic pictures. Look at this film photography. Everything's white and clean, a little bit bumpy. The alignment is a little bit weird. It's not exactly straight. It looks like a postcard photo. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, even the photos are so nice. Okay. Castelli, located in village of Pirgos, well-preserved Venetian castle, built around 1580, making it the youngest of the five Venetian castles on the island. South Aegon, approximately 200 meters from the sea level. Visitors can reach Pirgos by car with options for private transfers or car rentals available. Public transportation is also an option, though less convenient due to the distance from the nearest bus stop. Built by Venetians in the late 15th century, so it is a defensive fortification against pirate attacks and invasions. Chosen for its high elevation, providing a strategic view over the island and the sea, making it an ideal location for defense. Makes sense. So really hard for anyone to climb up all the way to the top. First of all, go through the mazes and then reach the top. You gotta walk a lot. You gotta eat a lot of carbs. You need your protein if you want to walk up all the way up there. Capital of Santorini. After the abandonment of Scaros, after the abandonment of Scaros, Pyrgos became the capital of the island. Okay, that's an interesting story. Why was Scaros abandoned? Castle's walls were formed by the external walls of houses, creating a fortified perimeter with only one entrance, known as the porta. Porta means door. Defensive structure. Above the entrance, there was a structure with an opening for pouring boiling oil on invaders, known as the battlement or murderer. Defensive structures. Above the entrance, there was a structure with an opening for pouring boiling oil. Wait, these guys really got invaded a lot. They have made things to protect themselves from invaders. Wow. Pouring boiling oil water, pouring boiling oil on invaders, known as the battlement or murder. A network of underground roads and tunnels was built for protection and escape during emergencies. Historical churches are within or near the castle, including Agia Theodosia. Near the entrance, originally built in 1639, renovated in 1857, and rebuilt in 1965 after the 56 earthquake. Agia Theodosia. Agios Georgios, part of the monastery of Propheti Elias, built in 1680 and renovated in 2002. Isodion of Theotoku, located at the highest point of the castle, built between 1660 and 61. Koimises of Theotoku, Theotokaki, one of the oldest religious buildings on Santorini dating back to the 10th century. Cultural and architectural preservation, 95. Declared a preserved monument ensuring the maintenance of its historical and architectural integrity. The castle offers panoramic views of Santorini and the Aegean Sea, making it a popular spot for visitors. Despite its historical significance, it remains a vibrant community with around 600 residents, keeping the village alive throughout the year. Major attraction offering a glimpse into the Santorini's rich history and architectural heritage. Why? Why was Scaros abandoned? Why was it abandoned? Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? Wow. Whoa. Hmm. This is a nice photo. And you can walk to the top. Okay. Perfect. Is this the capital? The hill? Once the capital of Santorini was abandoned due to a combination of natural disasters, volcanic eruptions, and earthquakes. Santorini volcano became active in the 17th century, with eruptions in 1650 causing significant damage to Scaros, followed by strong earthquakes, which led to parts of the town collapsing into the sea. Further volcanic activity again between 1701 and 11, and again from 66 to 70, exacerbated the situation, making the area increasingly unsafe for habitation. Decline in strategic importance. After the Ottoman Empire took control of Santorini in 1566, the need for Scaros as a defensive fortress diminished. If this is a fortress, where were people living? It was truly abandoned because you don't even know how did it look like before. Wow. Okay. The island settlements, including Scaros, accepted Ottoman rule and the threat of Muslim piracy, which had previously necessitated the fortress abated. The shift in geopolitical dynamics led to the rise of other towns like Fira and Oya, which eventually eclipsed Scaros in importance. Right, so Santorini is the entire island, and then they have towns, little towns, Fira, Oya, on different parts of the island. Move to safer locations. Combination of natural disasters and the reduced strategic importance of Scaros prompted its residents to move to a safer and more accessible location. Relocated to Fira, which became the new capital of the island, and to the nearby village of Imerovigli. It was largely abandoned with only a few weathered ruins remaining. The town's decline was gradual, but the series of volcanic eruptions and earthquakes in the 18th century were the final catalyst for its abandonment. It's nothing now. Okay, really cool. What are the major events in the history of Santorini under Ottoman rule? I think this would be cool because it seems like the architecture mainly came from Ottoman time. Let's see. Conquest. Conquest and initial rule. Okay, we saw this. We saw this. Wow. There's nothing left except the pots. Really cool. How? How do they have nothing? No spoons, no forks, but big pots? Okay. Conquest and initial rule. Santorini was conquered by the Ottoman Empire in 1579, ending the Venetian rule. Ireland was initially under the control of Joseph Nazi, a Jewish favorite of Sultan Selim II. Ireland was initially under the control of Joseph, favorite of Sultan Selim, who was granted preferential treatment, including tax deduction and special privileges like religious freedom, judicial autonomy, and respect for citizens' property. Administrative division. Santorini was divided into five administrative regions known as Castelia. Castelia. Each castelli, each castelli elected seven commissioners, agents who formed the supreme governing body of the island. Economic development. Dominion resulted in the abolition of piracy, which had previously plagued the island. This led to the right, everything is around piracy, creating little doors to prevent entries, making a maze like structure to make it harder for them, putting the main castle at the very top so it's just hard to reach, and then pouring boiling oil. That was really cool. Okay. Abolition of piracy, which had previously plagued the island. This led to the development of international trade with Santorinians, establishing close contacts with major harbors in the eastern Mediterranean like Alexandria, Constantinople, and Odessa, where they founded important communities. Maritime power became a maritime powerhouse known for its sailors and shipbuilders. Fleet was significant and played a crucial role in the Greek War of Independence. Despite the suppression of Greek culture and economy by the Ottomans, some aspects remain in modern day settlements, such as the iconic blue domed churches. Right. So Cycladic architecture came through the was part of the Ottoman, or was it part of the Greek? Interesting. 1821, Santorini, with its large fleet of ships, took part in the Greek War of Independence against the Ottoman Empire. Evaglos Mazarakis, a sea captain, raised the flag of independence in Santorini on May 5, 1821, was finally annexed to Greece in 1912, marking the end of Ottoman rule on the island. Who are. That's a right question. What what were the major influences to the Cycladic architecture? What what's the right word? What periods from history were the major influences to the Cycladic architecture we see in Santorini today? Let's see. We'll pick up a bit of everything: Minoan, Byzantine, Venetian, Ottoman. Minoan influence, sophisticated architecture. Known for its advanced architecture, left a. Yeah, so Minoan is interesting because Minoan was the first most advanced human civilization, be which happened to, I think we read that it's just declined because of a volcanic event. This is nice. Look at the evolution. Sophisticated architecture, known for its advanced architecture, left a significant mark on Santorini. Multi-story buildings, of rooms with multiple doors, light wells, lustral basins found in Acro 3 showcase Minoan architectural techniques, cultural affinities. Nature and life. Appreciation for nature and life is reflected in the colorful frescoes recovered from Akrotiri, indicating a cultural influence on the island's art and architecture. Dorian and Hellenic periods. Settlement and trade. The Dorian Greeks colonized Santorini, establishing it as a commercial and trade hub. This period saw the construction of ancient Thera, which served as the island's center along maritime routes, contributing to the prosperity and development of its architecture during the time. Okay. Made significant improvements to the Santorini's infrastructure, including the construction of the Roman theater and Odeon of Thera, which influenced the island's architectural landscape. Construction of churches and monasteries. Okay, so Byzantine rule first brought the iconic whitewashed buildings and blue domed churches seen today, which contributed construction of churches and monasteries. The architecture of Santorini settlements began to take shape with buildings constructed on terraces carved into cliffs, reflecting the island's unique top topography. Whew. Venetian rule. Venetians left a lasting architectural legacy through the construction of fortifications and grand residences, particularly in the form of castellia or fortified settlements. Despite the suppression of Greek culture, some aspects of Ottoman architecture remain, such as the blue dome churches, which are now iconic. Yeah, so this is the problem. Like, yeah, you're saying that Byzantine made iconic thing, and here you say Ottoman maybe followed and did the same thing. Interesting. Preservation. Okay. Tell me more about the pirate attacks on Santorini. That'll be cool. Whoa. Rudy. Hello, Rudy. Very interesting. You are not showing your screen. Read chat. Hi, chat. Wait, you cannot see my screen? You don't see my screen? No? What? Okay, let me reshare. Okay, what about now? I don't know why I'm typing, but how are you? How is school? You find this? Did I just pop on your feed? This is weird. I can only. Yeah. Wait, did you follow my YouTube? Is this the first time it I saw Prashant live? Nice, nice. Is this the first time I showed up on your feed? Yes. Okay, nice. I miss pav bhaji. I'm really hungry right now. Same. Okay, when is your what do we call it? Reading week. When is your reading week? Let's meet. Why are you doing this live thing? Why am I doing this live thing? I like it. Do you like it? Why do you like it? You already said very interesting. I just came back from winter break. Oh no. Okay, message me when you're back again. I'll come to Toronto. It's been a long time. Oh yeah, how was your New Year? How was your New Year? KK. I think I can I react to messages? Channel activity, pin message. Okay, I should pin the message which says very interesting. Okay, pin. Perfect. It was good. Was in Atlanta. Oh, okay. Really cool. That's good. What did you do there? Wait, did you fataka? What do we call it? Fataka fordia? Fataka fordia? Did you did you do fireworks? Party. Nice. No. Yeah, Vancouver banned fireworks, so we just had a couple boys who did some illegal fireworks. This is the first time I am chatting in the chat. Put user in timeout. Add as a moderator. Okay, really cool. Nice, nice. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. No, talk to you later. Yes, TTYL. All right. Okay, get back into pirates. Let's see. Wow. Pirate attacks on Santorini, like many other Aegean islands, faced significant threats from pirate raids throughout its history, particularly during the medieval and early modern periods. Major problem for the Aegean Islands, including Santorini, they would take over the shores, impose taxes, loot local communities, leading to the construction of fortified settlements known as Castilia for protection. During the Venetian rule, Santorini was constantly under the threat from pirate gangs. This period saw the creation of 5 fortified settlements to protect against these raids. Settlements were strategically located and equipped with gates and watchtowers. No longer plagued by pirate attacks as it had been during Venetian period, the island developed its own merchant marine fleet, which helped in establishing trade relations with major port cities in the eastern Mediterranean. The legendary pirate Hayreddin Barbarossa, Hayreddin Barbarossa, who later became an admiral of the Ottoman fleet captured and looted Santorini. Hmm. Who later became an admiral of the Ottoman fleet. The pirates Stekulis, head of the Maniatis corsairs, raided Santorini among other islands. The constant threat of pirate raids led to a significant decrease in the population. By the 15th century, the island's population had dwindled to just 300 due to these attacks. Islanders built fortified settlements to protect themselves. These included Scaros Castle in Imerovigli, Pyrgos Castle, Emporio Castle, Akrotiri Castle, and Agios Nikolaos Castle in Oya. These structures were designed to provide refuge during pirate attacks with features like watchtowers, gulates for early warning. Not only caused physical destruction but also disrupted trade, leading to economic hardship and poverty among the islanders. The need for protection influenced the development of Santorini's architecture and settlement patterns, with communities moving inland for safety. Hmm. Legendary pirate. Tell me more about Barbarossa. Tell me more about. Oh, wait. Rudy, are you still here? Bye. Barbarossa, also known as Khaireddin or Redbeard. I think we did a stream on this. Khaireddin Redbeard was a pivotal figure in Mediterranean history, transitioning from a notorious pirate to a revered admiral of the Ottoman fleet. Born around 1466 or 1477 on the Greek island of Lesbos, Khaireddin was the son of Yaqub, or a Sipahi. Whoa, Sipahi means soldier in Hindi. A Sipahi in the service of the Ottoman Sultan. He had three brothers, Ishak, Oruk, and Ilyas. And his brothers initially engaged in naval trading but turned to piracy after Oruk and Ilyas were attacked by the Knights of Rhodes. Orus, I think it's Orus, after escaping captivity, became a Ghazi, and Heredin joined him in their piratical endeavors. Alliance with the Ottomans. The brothers sought protection from the Ottoman Empire, offering their services to Sultan Selim I. In return, they received ships, cannons, and janissaries, becoming officially recognized as part of the Ottoman military machine. The brothers sought protection from the Ottoman Empire, offering their services to Sultan Selim I. In return, they received ships, cannons, and janissaries, becoming officially recognized as part of the Ottoman military machine. Rise to power. Sultan of Algiers. After his brother Orus's death in 1518, Hayreddin took over as the leader of Algiers. Algier, adopting the name Barbarossa, he sought and received support from Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, who sent him 2,000 janissaries, making Algiers an Ottoman sanjak. Suleiman appointed Barbarossa as the admiral in chief of the Ottoman fleet, a position never before given to a person in Ottoman history. This marked a significant turning point in Ottoman maritime history. Conquest of Tunis. 1534, Barbarossa captured Tunis, but it was recaptured by Charles V the following year. However, Barbarossa's naval campaigns continued targeting Christian settlements and disrupting Spanish shipping. Battle of Preveza. 1538, Barbarossa achieved his most famous victory at Preveza, defeating a combined Christian fleet from Venice, Genoa, Spain, Portugal, Malta, and the Papal States. Hmm. Defeating a combined Christian fleet from Venice, Genoa, northern Italy, Venice, the other side, Spain, Portugal, Malta, and the Papal States. His use of galleys over sailing ships was key to his victory, securing Ottoman dominance in the Eastern Mediterranean. His fleet also supported French interests against the Habsburgs, notably in the capture of Nice in 1543. Barbarossa's strategic alliances and naval victories significantly expanded Ottoman influence in North Africa and the Mediterranean. He was instrumental in making Algeria and Tunisia part of the Ottoman Empire. His legacy lived on in popular culture with numerous book series and even a military song composed in his honor. His tomb in Besiktas, I've heard that name before, Istanbul, remains a site of reverence, and his name has been given to several warships in the Turkish navy. He died peacefully in Constantinople in 1546, celebrated as a great Muslim naval hero. His biography was written by his officer Sayyid Muradi, commissioned by the Sultan, marked by a blend of piracy, political acumen, and military prowess, making him one of the most feared and respected figures in Mediterranean history. Actually, let's see. What are quotes? That would be very interesting. Quotes from Haruddin Barbarossa. If he has a biography, he might have some interesting quotes. Let's see. Whoa, whoa. What happened to perplexity? Stop. What has happened? Perplexity is perplexed. All right, quotes. Nice. I am disinclined to ac- acquiesce request means no. This quote, while not directly from Barbarossa, is a playful reference to his character in the context of pirate lore, often cited in discussions about pirates. Exiled from so many countries that he ended up starting his own country, Regency of Algiers, with the blessing of the Ottoman Empire, which became present day Algeria, Tunisia, and parts of Morocco. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He was exiled from so many countries that he ended up starting his own country. Whoa, whoa. The man may be the head of the household. I don't know what that is. The world's still the same, there's just less in it. Attributed Davy Jones in the Pirates of Caribbean series reflects a sentiment that could be associated with the changing world Barbarossa navigated. The world's still the same, there's just less in it. Not all treasure is silver and gold made. Why are we looking at captures the essence of Barbarossa's broader impact beyond mere wealth? I don't know why we are looking at um, yeah, why are we looking at Jack Sparrow? Not all treasure is silver and gold made. The code is more what you call guidelines than actual rules. The flexible nature of pirate codes, which Barbarossa would have understood well. Life is cruel. Why should the afterlife be any different? Philosophical outlook that could resonate with Barbarossa's life experiences. Life is cruel. Why should the afterlife be any different? I think perplexity, instead of just saying that, hey, we have no quotes, it's just like, let me just create some stuff that pirates would have said and Barbarossa would have thought the same. Take what you can and give nothing back, which Barbarossa epitomized. Take what you can and give nothing back. Let's see. What are What are some interesting strategies Barbarossa implemented to win battles or be good at piracy? It's so interesting how piracy has the meaning of the word piracy has evolved from piracy being actual pirate raids into your country, into your land, versus a software bug, a virus, Again, virus. The word virus has evolved as compared to a code that enters your computer or your system. Wow, look at this photo. Hmm. Barbarossa, known for his strategic acumen and naval prowess, implements several interesting strategies. Use of galleys over sailing ships, maneuverability. Barbarossa's most famous victory at the Battle of Preveza was largely due to his use of galleys instead of sailing ships. Powered by oars, were not dependent on wind, making them more maneuverable and reliable in the sheltered waters of bays and islands where wind was often absent or unpredictable. Was largely due to his use of galleys instead of sailing ships. Galleys powered by oars were not dependent on wind, making them more maneuverable and reliable in the sheltered waters of bays and islands where wind was often absent or unpredictable. Interesting. We still don't know what galleys are, but let's see. Deception and ruse, flag hoisting. During his raid on the Spanish island of Minorca, Barbarossa's ships hoisted flags captured from Spain's fleet the previous year, allowing them to enter the port without suspicion. Trojan horse. This ruse enabled them to capture the city with minimal resistance. Wow. Wow. Flag hoisting. During his raid on the Spanish island of Minorca, Barbarossa's ships hoisted flags captured from Spain's fleet the previous year, allowing them to enter the port without suspicion. This ruse enabled him to capture the city with minimal resistance. Strategic alliances and political cunning. Sought and received support from Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, which not only provided him with military resources but also political legitimacy, transforming him from a pirate to a state sponsored corsair. Corsair. Amphibious assaults and coastal raids. Frequently coordinated land and sea forces for amphibious assaults, capturing coastal strongholds and using them as bases for further operations. The strategy was crucial in extending his reach across the Mediterranean. Coastal raids. Naval innovation modernization. Instrumental in modernizing the Ottoman fleet, incorporating advanced vessel designs and fostering a culture of discipline and resilience among his sailors, which significantly enhanced the fleet's effectiveness. Establishing forward bases. Recognizing the limitations of galley endurance, he established a chain of forward bases throughout the Mediterranean, allowing his fleet to resupply and extend its operational range. Psychological warfare. Reputation for ruthlessness and his ability to strike fear into his enemies was a psychological weapon. His raids on coastal towns, often resulting in the capture of thousands of people for slavery, created a climate of fear that deterred resistance. Strike fear into his enemies was a psychological weapon. His raids on coastal towns, often resulting in the capture of thousands of people for slavery, created a climate of fear that deterred resistance. He demonstrated exceptional adaptability in naval warfare, employing different tactics based on the situation. He used galleys for close combat and surprise attacks while also engaging in broader strategic maneuvers like the encirclement of Constantinople. Success was partly due to his ability to gather intelligence on enemy movements and strengths, allowing him to plan his attacks with precision. Very interesting. Let's go back. This is very interesting, but let's go back to Santorini. What are the major we we totally went into a rabbit hole. What are the major events in the history of Santorini in the last 10 years? Let's see, what do we get? 2014, the Red Bull Out of Motion, a free running event was held in Santorini for the fourth year in a row, showcasing the island's unique terrain to a global audience. Wow. Yeah, these are the photos of those Instagram reality versus expectations. Santorini experience. Wow. Was held in Santorini for the fourth year in a row, showcasing the island's unique terrain to a global audience. The inaugural Santorini Experience event was organized, featuring running and swimming races, highlighting the island's potential for sports tourism. Welcomed almost a million cruise ship passengers, marking a significant increase in tourism, but also raising concerns about over tourism. Right, we read about this. So recently, they did the same thing where a bunch of cruise ship is a massive cruise ship is massive, and they just landed that in Santorini, and that is like an influx of thousands of people, I think hundreds of people, and that is over tourism, that is damaging the infrastructure. Almost a million cruise ship passengers, marking a significant increase in tourism, but also raising concerns about over tourism. Greek Ministry of Environment and Energy suspended the issuance of new building permits for tourist accommodation facilities to manage development pressures. Andronis Hospitality Group announced its summer music events program, indicating a focus on cultural tourism. Greece introduced a $20 fee for cruise ship tourists visiting 20 euro, visiting Santorini and Mykonos to right. This happened in Mykonos, Mykonos, Mykonos to manage the environment and infrastructural strain caused by over tourism. Santorini experienced a significant increase in cruise ship passengers, leading to concerns about overcrowding in the island's carrying capacity. The island faced a decrease in tourism due to the global pandemic recovery trend observed in 21. Strict rules for its beaches, including a requirement for 70% of the beaches to be sunbed free to ease overcrowding. Hmm, that's a good one. That's a good one. Including a requirement for 70% of beaches to be sunbed free. The Santorini Experience 24 was announced, featuring a trail running route and an open water swimming route, showcasing the island's natural beauty and promoting sports tourism. The Ifestia Festival, a unique event celebrating Ireland's volcanic heritage, was held in September. Santorini's economy was one of the richest in Greece due to its tourism boom, but this growth also led to concerns about the island's sustainability. Local authorities and residents called for a visitor cap to preserve crowding, with a proposed limit of 8,000 cruise ship passengers per day. 8,000 cruise ship passengers per day. 8,000 is still a lot of people. 8,000 is still a lot of people. Wow. Per day? Wow. Struggle to balance its tourism driven economy with the preservation of its unique environment and the well being of its residents. What do residents of Santorini have to say about tourism on the island? Let's see. Influx of tourists, particularly from cruise ships, has led to overcrowding, making daily life challenging. Narrow streets and pathways are often packed with visitors, disrupting the peace and tranquility of the island. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Despite the challenges, tourism is a significant economic driver for Santorini. Acknowledge that the island's economy thrives on tourism, with some business owners and locals recognizing the financial benefits it brings. But you also understand that, hey, if your restaurants are packed like this, you cannot offer a great experience and people will stop coming to your restaurant. If this is the kind of, if nobody can enter, if there's too many people over there, people cannot enjoy their time. Infrastructure is under immense strain due to the high volume of tourists, traffic congestion, long queues of public transport, and inadequate facilities for waste management are frequently cited. Waste management is really important. It's really important. Cultural and environmental impact. There's a growing concern about the preservation of Santorini's unique culture and environment. Residents like Maria Matsanto are actively involved in promoting sustainable tourism practices, emphasizing the need to respect and preserve local traditions and the natural beauty of the island. A significant number of locals, including the mayor Nikos Zorzos, are advocating for a cap, particularly cruise ship passengers, to manage the island's carrying capacity and preserve its charm, limiting daily cruise ship visitors to 8,000. This makes sense. This makes sense. Like, cruise ships are crazy. I think so. In Vancouver, I've seen a cruise ship. It looks massive, but the first time I saw a cruise ship up close was when I was in Istanbul. And I saw this cruise ship, and this looked like a 10-story building, and I'm like, this is massive. This is massive. Imagine the number of people it carries. That is crazy. Mixed feelings. Frustrated with the current state of tourism, others see it as an opportunity for economic growth. Divide between those who benefit directly from tourism and those who feel their quality of life is deteriorating. Calls for more sustainable tourism practices, with some residents and local organizations like Save Oya advocating for tourists to be more mindful of their impact on the island. Some locals argue that the issue isn't just about the number of tourists, but also about the lack of adequate infrastructure and planning to manage the influx effectively. I think it's also due to the fact that earlier only rich people could afford to come to places like this. Now anybody can, and a lot of young people are making enough money, or they're taking a lot of loan even just to visit these places. So earlier, if out of the entire population only the 10% top rich people could afford it, now everybody can. So that also increases the demand. That also just increases the supply or demand, right? It's really cool, really cool. Tell me some interesting facts about Mykonos. I forgot where Mykonos is. Is it inside Santorini? Is it outside Santorini? Let's see. Mykonos was named after its first ruler, who was believed to be descendant of Apollo, the Greek god of light and music. The island is also said to have hosted the legendary battle between Zeus and the Titans. Wow. With the defeated Titans imprisoned under the island's rocky terrain in Holakia Bay. Right, so Oya is more hilly, Mykonos is more flatter, and this is kind of the party place, similar to what do we have in Spain? Ibiza, similar to Ibiza. Athenian League. From 500 BC to 320 BC, Mykonos was part of the Athenian prefecture, paying taxes to the capital of Greece. It was part of the Ath- Athenian prefecture, paying taxes to Athens, the capital of Greece. Pirate hangout. In the early 20th century, Mykonos was a popular hangout for pirates who would use the island as a base for In the 50s and 60s, there was a school in Little Venice where fishing was part of the students' curriculum. Whew, fishing was part of the this makes sense. Like these little towns everywhere, if you go to south of Italy, south of France, south of Greece, they were fishing towns. Like Amalfi Coast, Positano. Positano was a fishing town. So this makes sense that if that is the business that everybody's doing, that is how you make money. That is how you sustain the people with, on in the town. You have to learn how to fish. Architectural influence: the legendary French architect Le Corbusier was inspired by the narrow alleys and small whitewashed houses of Chora, Mykonos' capital. Interestingly, the houses were once painted in various colors like blue, yellow, and pink, but were all painted white due to a cholera plague to disinfect the island. Huh. Color code: strict color code for doors and windows, with blue for sailors, green for farmers, and red for others. Whoa, whoa. Strict color code with blue for sailors, green for farmers, and red for others. This tradition dates back when colors signified the owner's professions. Population fluctuation: Mykonos is around 15,000 permanent residents in winter, with 4,000 of them being foreigners. However, in summer, the island can host over 250,000 people. 250,000 people. Pelican mascot. The island's mascot is Petros the pelican, who was found injured off the coast in 58. He became a beloved local figure, and after his death, pelicans have continued to roam the island as a tradition. Mykonos has been a backdrop for several international films, including The Bourne, The Bourne Identity. Is that Jason Bourne? Yeah, The Bourne Identity, Summer Lovers, Shirley Valentine, Greed, The Greek Tycoon, and The Island of Death. The iconic windmills of Mykonos, built by the Venetians in the 16th century, are a defining feature of the island's landscape. They were used to mill flour, and have been restored to serve as homes and heritage walls. The picturesque area features rows of fishing houses with balconies overhanging the sea, dating back to the mid 18th century. It's considered one of the most romantic spots on the island. Little Venice. Armenistus Lighthouse, 19-meter tall lighthouse built in 1891. It offers stunning views and is a testament to Mykonos' maritime history. Crocodiles. Large spiky lizards are locally called crocodiles, a name that influenced the naming of the Nile crocodile when the Ionians from Mykonos encountered them in Egypt. Naming of Nile crocodile. When the Ionians from Mykonos encountered them in Egypt. Whoa, 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 what are we looking at? What are we looking at? No, this is scary. Okay, that's the stream. Thank you. Thank you.